Glad to have you with us from Malone Stadium in Monroe, Louisiana. It's the South Alabama Jaguars and the UL Monroe Warhawks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
The UL Monroe head coach told me before the game, this is a huge game and they want to get the win, but they're going to be very creative on behalf of their wide receiver here today. They know he has a chance for school history with the most receiving touchdowns in a career. So what do? They know the defense will be keying on him, particularly in the red zone. So I went to practice and watched what they've got in store.
He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And you cannot start this game any better than to take the opening kickoff all the way to the house. How about the speed by the return man? Once he got in the open field, that dude was gone. This place is going crazy.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker.
Personal foul.
That kicker took a nasty-looking shot, and that personal foul goes against the defense. You don't see this very often, an early onside kick when you have the lead. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team, true to its name, as they make the grab and get the ball. So South Alabama's offense that has the first possession of the game. Now we take a look at Ryder Burton. Passed for more than 350 yards and 3 touchdowns in his last game. Complete to start this drive. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast, and they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Jaguars send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Trying to take it back. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. So the Warhawks offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And this sophomore wide receiver is a playmaker. This guy has every tool you could want. He is one of the better pass catchers in the game.
It's pretty amazing when you watch this offense because they're not very talented. They're average, quite honestly, in a lot of spots, except the guy at wide receiver, David. He is elite. And today on offense, everything should go through him.
And when you've got one of those guys, you've got a chance, right? One guy that puts fear in the defense. And I love that we continue to see guys have real success at smaller levels, right? It's not just the power 4. These are guys that end up getting plucked and go to the next level. You can still be a burner and still have that great speed and route running and develop. And this guy has, and he is one of the best players on he actually is the best player on this team, and he is option number 1 for the squad.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Let's take just a second here on the Warhawks. Great pickup on the defensive front. 3-star defensive lineman gives a verbal commitment last week, and you really need to bring good talent into the program. Maybe diamonds in the rough. At this level, that's how they thrive.
Oh, there's no doubt. And just some of these guys, they're not as refined, but they've got the tools, right? And so I think he's got the tools, and this is a guy that you can build around that defensive line. You need all the big bodies you can get.
Quickly out to the tight end.
tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And the Warhawks in a good spot here with second and short. To throw, it's Graves. Working that left side now. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
And that's the beauty of playing zone coverage, man. Everybody has vision on the quarterback. So when he drops to throw and that ball comes out, you should break as soon as his hand separates from the football. He does, sees the running back in the flat, runs up, and makes sure he gets no yards after that catch.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option two, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Takes the handoff. It's Westbrook. There's some room. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
The Warhawks line it up with a first and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Fires into the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
And that is a big-time play. We might go back and circle that one, man. Like, this game is so close. It gets back and forth, right? Like, it could go any direction. Those are the type plays, man. The catch is there to be made. The offense could make it, but the physicality of the defense in the end zone to prevent that big touchdown.
You have to understand at home, it's really hard for a head coach to kick a field goal at this juncture after such a long drive. So many first downs. You've gotten right down to the doorstep. Fourth down, you want to be able to pay this thing off and punctuate this drive.
Into the house. Touchdown, ULM.
And I love the decision by the quarterback, finding his playmaker, getting him the football quickly so that he could make something happen after the play and get 6.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. South Alabama appears ready to start things on offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. A quick pass to the left. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Makes the grab. And it took the defense a bit to get a handle on him, a little slippery with all those juke moves.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. And the Jaguars will have it first and 10. Sells the run, lost a pass. He lofts one down the sideline. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Motion from the wideout. run inside. It's Malone. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. That's the junior offensive lineman that they're counting on. We hope he can return to play soon. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Motion from the wide receiver. Just feeds the running back. Bring him down. Third and long right here. Moves the pocket. It's Burton. Rush right in his face. Caught. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
And they dug themselves a hole in this football game. I get it. Obviously, defense has not played great on the other side. But this possession right here, man, this is big. Get the passing game going. Get a little bit of balance going. I think they need to score on this possession to take a little pressure off and kind of get that defense juiced up.
Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking for the edge. And he couldn't find any room to breathe. What a great job on the run fits by this defense.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Under pressure. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And I absolutely understand wanting to make a play for your team, man, but you've got to know when to give it up. You're at this part of the field, man. This is the part of the field where you throw the football. You get rid of it. You don't take a sack, because what that does now to your field goal operation, it makes it a lot longer. Now the decision becomes a lot harder for this offense when he could have just thrown the football away and not taken the big loss.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Finds a crease. It's Westbrook. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Louisiana Monroe has the edge. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Second and long here. Motion from the back. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Sets his feet. It's Graves. Flips it out in the flat. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. First down for this offense. Looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
And the Warhawks decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. In tight quarters, taken down right away. The Jaguars offense ready to start this drive. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. Back to pass, it's Burton. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a fourth down. The Jaguars will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the return. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Here comes the Warhawks offense onto the field to go on the attack. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Wants to go up top on second down. And the defense gets... Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
And that time the defense dialed up a free safety blitz. They were able to get an extra number in the pass rush. Offensive line running backs, they couldn't account for it. And that free safety able to get to the quarterback.
Look out! Blasted as he lets it go.
Funny, that's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
The Jaguars offense ready to go back to work. On the run. It's Malone. Swamped immediately.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. They'll send the tight end in motion. Hits inside. It's Malone. He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down decision. The Jaguars will call on their punt team. Not a lot of room to make this catch. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The handoff. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Well, it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Card in the backfield. It's Jackson. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Running inside. It's Westbrook.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Yeah, and the QB tried to use some touch, let that thing hang up in the air. But when you hang it up over the middle of the field, the defenders have a lot of time to go and try to get it and make a play. A lot of guys near the football. Nice job by the defense being in great position.
Got it. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's third down. We're fine giving up completions right there, but we're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up fourth down.
If you don't convert on this fourth down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. Moving out to the right. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he makes it past the first down marker, hits the slide, and they'll move the sticks. The Warhawks have it with a 1st and 10. Gets the back moving. Drops back. It's Graves. Working that wide receiver screen. Completion for the first down, and man, did he take a shot, and I think they're going to tack a little more onto that one. So the offense accepts the roughing the passer penalty, and they get a new set of downs. And you have to try to apply heat to the quarterback, but you have to know when it's too much. The roughing the passer penalty gives them a first down. And as he throws, he was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Man, as you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And this one is perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Guys, we'll have another look at this South Alabama offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And the Jaguars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Turns up, it's White. There he goes. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Driven back. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Long way to go on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Straight ahead, it's Malone. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Scanning the field, it's Burton. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Breaks away on the left. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, South Alabama!
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Snaps it. They'll throw to start the drive. Got his man to the left. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. First down from the 49. Here comes the heat. And down he goes. Timeout taken by the offense. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket. Left in this first half. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover. And you saw a great example of it with that running back.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down. And the Warhawks will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. To the air, it's Burton. Rushes on, and he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, welcome into the Week 13 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. So many seasons on the line. Let's get things popping this week with Kentucky taking on the number 10 team, the Louisville Cardinals. And it's Kentucky with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. That victory is a positive in what has been a very disappointing 3-9 season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now over to your game inside Malone Stadium. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And just like that, let's head back to our team inside Malone Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Warhawks will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Before we kick off the second half, Holly Rowe, what do you have?
I caught up with the Jaguars head coach at halftime. They have found a lot of positive momentum here during this winning streak, but it is in jeopardy right now. He said this is the moment we have to come out and assert ourselves and be dominant to start the third quarter, gain some momentum here, and change the course of this game. Reese?
Thanks, Howie. Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on second and long from the 23. Quick completion to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Jaguars will hustle to the line. Looking to pass. It's Burton. And they fail to hook up on third down. The Jaguars will try to pin them back with the punt. On the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Louisiana Monroe offense heads out onto the field to open this drive. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity. Offense. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Rides to the back. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
They're going to go to the air on third and short. Left side is Callahan. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. And the Warhawks will snap it on 1st and 10. Trying to establish the run. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Wants to throw one first. They're all over him. And they got him. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Oh, pressure's coming. Nowhere close. When as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. A strike downfield. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on 4th down.
Well, this offense is giving them a lesson right now on how to fight through adversity, because 1st and 2nd down was ugly, but they come up with that huge completion to now set up a manageable 4th down opportunity to keep this drive alive.
Got to make the play on 4th. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Makes a catch, first down and maybe a lot more. And he's brought down, but they believe the offense could convert the fourth down, and it paid off. The Warhawks, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Back's got it on the screen. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Selling the fake. Still looking to his right. Looking to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Plows his way ahead. He'll be stopped short. It'll be fourth down, and let's see what the decision is here.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Snapped on fourth down. Stepping to the right. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
And that's the money down, man. Fourth down, you just have to have it somehow, some way. You're calling a pass play. You're trying to get it through the air. Nothing open downfield. And he just takes over. He just tucks the ball and runs, goes and gets it. Great job, great decision-making by the quarterback on that play.
They lost ground on first down. Now second and goal from the 5. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Touchdown, Warhawks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you scored. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. South Alabama has it back. The Jaguar offense going to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. The last 2 runs went headlong into a brick wall. Now 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Burton. Rush right in his face. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. And the Jaguars will punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Trying to make one miss. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. From the gun, wants to pass. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll run it. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
They get to him as he throws.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
The Jaguars have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Pulls it. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And he was able to pick up a few yards on the ground, and the clock has run out here in the 3rd. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, it's Burton. Under pressure. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
He splits the uprights. Now a 2-possession game at 24-13.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. So working with a lead here, they'd like to put together a long, time-consuming drive and put this thing away. The lone back's got it. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Throws to the wideout. Working on the right. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Wants to throw. It's Graves. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Warhawks will send out the punt unit. and it'll be downed right there.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
Wide open on the right. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. The Jaguars headed quickly to the line.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
Hauls it in.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
Right, here we go.
And the Jaguars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Listen, I would get rid of that thing fast, too, if I've been sacked that many times today. They're coming every angle. Everybody's coming. They've got to me the whole day. Can somebody please get my back?
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. 3rd and 6 yards to go. They'll run him again. Nice job to pick up the first down. Spotted at the 42.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Looking downfield, it's Burton. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
Takes off. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
Well, you got to wonder about the play call there. 3rd and long, hoping to catch the defense off guard, napping, but they weren't fooled. They made a play, got the tackle for loss. Now you've got 4th in California.
Going for the big play. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. Needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that 4th down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Give to the running back. All over him immediately.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
It's going to be incomplete on 3rd down. The Warhawks line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. South Alabama appears ready to start things on offense. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Look out! Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. The Jaguars are in the hurry-up. Looking downfield, it's Burton. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down. And now this offense will try to overcome that second down incompletion. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. And he converts on third down as he gets it out to the 26. First down here for the offense. Fresh center downs going to the air. Got his man. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw again. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. That one's not even close.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. The Jaguars are moving quickly down the field. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of punt, and he's got room. Good execution. They move the 6, and they've got it at the 33. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. And the Jaguars have it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Go, go.
Fresh set of downs going up top. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. At this juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is...
Touchdown, Jack! Once he gets... It was over.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stop? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. First part of the equation complete with the touchdown. Now the 2-point try if you want to make the deficit just a field goal. Sells to fake. Looking to the end zone, but the pressure gets there first, and the quarterback is sacked, and the 2-point conversion attempt is stopped. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. They'll move the tight end. The handoff, keep working on that clock. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here. They're going to use a timeout instead. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Right back to it. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. Dropping back, it's Graves. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. And in for the score. What a turn as they take the lead.
And that is such a critical mistake by the offense, David. You've got the lead late. The only thing your coach is telling you is ball security. They put it on the ground, and not only does the defense pick it up, but they take it into score, and now they've got the lead.
And you talk about coming up big in a big moment. Defense looking for a stop, but how about this? You practice it so much. Getting fumbles, what do? You scoop. Everybody blocks. You take it back to the house. This game just changed.
He's got it out. An outstanding return, and he's finally run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Warhawks offense onto the field to go on the attack. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Hits the hole. It's Westbrook. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another first down. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their third and final timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. They'll give it to him again. Hard running there. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. And a late opportunity to grab the lead here. A touchdown would be huge. A first down run. Oh, look out. Free. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Breaks into the open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case.